First Chicago, now Boston. 100 migrants are sleeping on the floors of the sanctuary city's Logan Airport. You have kids running around, families relying on packets of wipes to wash. This doesn't look great. Even Boston, which is a pretty big financial hub, north of New York City, it's also a tech hub. You got Harvard, MIT all here. And now even their airports is becoming a migrant shelter. Seems like this migrant problem is affecting many Americans right now. And a lot of times these cities take in all these people, but they can't even handle themselves, let alone migrants. So the migrants aren't even getting that great of treatment, and the residents are pretty much getting hammered as well. Nobody's happy. We're seeing a lot of people protesting. Even hardcore Democrats in Chicago, for example, are actually suing the Democratic Party in Chicago because apparently they're turning their parks and recreational centers into just migrant shelters and tent camps. So if you look at Boston, same thing. I think many of the Boston locals right now are not feeling it. Check out some of the videos. It looks like this all the time. This is going to be Boston's Logan Airport. People sleeping on the floors. They don't have anywhere to go. The city doesn't really have a place for them. But of course, the city just takes in hundreds of people and be like, okay, we took you guys in. We don't have a place for you to sleep, but I guess you could sleep in our airport. Guys, you're not supposed to do this. Airports are supposed to be a place of travel. This is where investors and tourism go through. And it just seems like even airports in America, where it's never been a homeless shelter or migrant shelter, is now becoming this. And it's not just Boston, guys. Chicago O'Hare is even crazy. If you look at Chicago O'Hare's airport, even the employees are kind of fed up at this point. Check this out. Here's more footage of the airports in Boston's Logan Airport. This is what it looks like every single day right now. The city has virtually no solution, and right now Boston is one of the latest sanctuary cities to actually start getting migrants. I have no clue what these cities are thinking right now. If these cities just look into what happened to Denver, what happened to Chicago, their coffers are running dry. Their banks are running out of money. If you go to places like Denver, 700,000 people takes in 40 to 50,000 migrants. And they're running out of space. Migrants are sleeping on the streets. Migrants are sleeping on airports, recreational centers, parks, with barely any public services because there's so many people. Hospitals are overwhelmed. That's Denver for you. Such a tiny city of less than 1 million people takes in almost 50,000 people. I have no clue what's going on right now. Check out this. Boston officials tour Roxbury Recreational Center ahead of immigrants' arrival from Logan. Guys, this is actually a recreational center. People play basketball. They host meetings. They host events. This is someone's community. And now it's just being turned to a migrant shelter. None of these guys agreed to it. And they're taking in more people. This isn't even enough space for all the migrants they're taking in the next few months. So you're going to be seeing most of these public areas, recreational centers, parks, all being turned into just migrant camps. And what about in the next few months? Like, what's going to happen to these migrants? Because the job market isn't as hot as you think it is. The Federal Reserve have interest rates super high, which already closed down a bunch of small businesses. So where can you find jobs for these people? And also, the city only has so much money. So, no clue. Okay, people are pretty mad. From Chicago to Boston to New York, it's kind of everywhere right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below and see you later.